Welcome to Personal Finance Literacy, Chapter 12, Giving. 65% of households give to charity. 98% of high net worth households give to charity. Many high school students want to help others. They're just not sure how to go about it. It's easy as a young adult to see someone in need, a charity that you care about, a ministry that matters, and feel helpless because you don't have a lot of money to give. Finding extra time and resources to help others is not always easy. In this chapter, we're going to highlight the importance of serving others and helping you identify ways that you can give, starting now. Key terms: core values, traits or qualities that represent an individual's highest priorities, deeply held beliefs, and motivating forces, one's guiding principles. Legacy, anything handed down from the past, something that someone has achieved that continues to exist after they are gone. Nonprofits, organizations that use money raised to achieve their goals rather than distributing them as profit. Philanthropy, it means love of humanity, identifying and exercising one's values in giving and volunteering. Here are some examples of nonprofit organizations that you might recognize: PBS, Goodwill, the WWF, or the World Wildlife Federation, the Humane Society of the United States. Measure your progress. Before watching the videos, read each statement below and mark whether you agree or disagree in the before column. Then after we watch this video, we'll do it again and see if your mind has changed on any of the statements. Number 1, I can name 3 national or international charitable organizations where I have recently volunteered my time or would like to volunteer in the near future. Number 2, I would like to help others, but I don't know how to go about doing it. Number 3, I can list 5 of my core values or principles in which I strongly believe. 4, I can think of 3 families and/or organizations in my community that need my help. And 5, only people who have a lot of money are able to help those in need. Journal question: do you feel as though giving is an important part of your financial plan? Why or why not? Section 1, false perceptions. Number 5, the 5th foundation, build wealth and give. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of your personal finance course. We've taught you to save, budget, and avoid debt, invest, and give. Wait, give? Well, that's what this chapter is all about. If you follow the principles we've taught you, you will achieve wealth. That's really exciting, but managing money isn't just about wealth. Remember, when we said that money is like a mirror, it reflects what's important to the person who holds it. We can't complete a course on personal finance without talking about the joy and value of helping others. That's why the 5th foundation is build wealth and give. We often hear about people who are hurting, families with no food, adults with no homes, kids with no parents. In these moments, our world can seem so big. We might think, I wish I could do something, but then at the same time think, I'm just one person. Discussion question number 1. Explain why the fifth foundation is build wealth and give. Discussion question number 2. At what level of wealth do you think you should start giving to others? The good news is you can make a huge difference in the life of someone else, even if your action is small. One of the most important and rewarding things you can do is give. Giving money away produces more joy than anything money can buy, and time spent helping and serving others can be just as meaningful. You might only be one person, but you can make a difference. Maybe you're already wanting to help others, but you're not sure how to go about it. You might even feel okay not helping because it doesn't seem like you can afford it. You'll give when you're older, when you've got a bigger bank account. That's when you'll really be able to make a difference anyway. The fact is, you can start right away with what you've got now. That means if you're working, you can use a portion of your money to benefit someone else. But even if you don't have money to give, you've still got you. Start with what you have today and give of yourself by volunteering your time and talents. To do that, first, you'll need to know what matters to you. At times, our culture can send you the message that, as a teen, all you really care about is your cell phone, music, and hanging out with friends. You might begin to feel like, is that it? Is that who I am? You mistake society's portrayal of teenagers as your own reflection. But don't be fooled. The reality is you are unique. Begin the process of discovering the real you. We're talking about your values, your interests, and your passions, the things that make you, you. Before you can help others, you've got to know your own heart, the things that matter most to you. Knowing what you value will help you select an organization or charity to serve. If you can identify your talents, you can discover more specific ways to serve. You may not have a steady income in your life right now, but that doesn't mean you have nothing to offer. Giving can be in the form of time, money, or abilities. Let's look at some discussion questions. How can you actively reject the media-generated stereotypes of today's teens? Number 2. How can knowing what you value help when it comes to giving? Here's an activity. What do you value most? Circle the 10 qualities that are most important to you from the list below, and then you'll dwindle down the list later. When you're ready, narrow down your list to the top 3. These will be the qualities that you value most, or what we'll call your core values. Your values make you, you. People generally give of themselves to causes that are important to them. Your values are the beliefs and attitudes that guide your daily behavior. When you decide to help others, make sure that you can focus on a need that you can be passionate about and that is in line with your personal values. You've identified what is important to you. Now let's see what you're good at. Everyone has talents and gifts that can be used to help others. Here are some examples of how other high school students have used their talents to help others. Maggie loves working with animals. She and her family have raised 4 guide dogs for the blind. Charlene's friends say that she has a kindness about her and a gift for putting others at ease. She knows what it's like to be a new student in a big school because her family moved when she was in middle school. Now she makes it a point to reach out to other new students to make them feel welcome. Tim is excellent in math and offers free tutoring to his peers after school 2 days a week. Frank is a star basketball player at his high school. On Saturday mornings, he volunteers to referee youth games at his local community center. Journal question. Complete the values and talents activities before responding to the journal question. How can giving of your time and talents align with your core values? Section 2. Make an impact. Money is important, but people are more important. Being wealthy is not an end, it is a means to an end. That end is helping people. The truth is, when you hold your money with a clenched fist, it destroys your relationships. You end up placing more value on money than people. So make a decision right now to put people first. When you hold your money with an open hand, life looks a lot different. It may take longer to reach your financial goals, but you're investing in something far more valuable. When you give, you impact a person's life permanently. The joy of giving lasts longer than the happy feeling you get when you spend money on yourself. It's okay to spend money on yourself. Just make sure you spend money to help others as well. Need another reason to give? It's just plain fun. You don't need a lot of money to help others. You just need to be willing to start. We think that giving 10% of your income is a good goal. If that's too much, then just give what you can. If you don't have any money to give, no problem. Give of your time, your talents, your energy. The point is, you can give. The measure of a person is not how much money they make, it's how they use the money and how they help others. Discussion question. Explain what Dave means when he says being wealthy is not an end, it is a means to an end. Give now and always. John D. Rockefeller was a businessman in the late 1800s and early 1900s. He became one of the wealthiest people in America during his lifetime. But Rockefeller isn't just remembered for his wealth. It's what he did with his money that we remember him for generations later. Rockefeller spent the last 40 years of his life as a philanthropist. The money he gave made huge progress in education, medicine, and scientific research. He also gave generously to churches, built hospitals and colleges, and was even well known for handing out money to people as he walked down the street. Rockefeller began giving long before he became rich. He understood the importance of starting small and gave out of his first paycheck, which was only $1.50. He practiced giving when he didn't have much money, and he continued to give as his salary grew into the hundreds, thousands, and even millions. By starting where you are today, you build character for the future. The more you give, the more you are fulfilled, and the more you want to give. It's a great cycle to be on. Giving's not just a matter of moving money from your wallet to a charity or a collection plate. It's a matter of realizing that there are others less fortunate than you, and you have a genuine desire to help them. Money is just one way to do that. By helping someone, you give them encouragement, hope, and relief. The more people you help, the more joy you will experience. Discussion question number 1. Other than money, what are some other ways to give and help others? Number 2. Identify some charities with which you are familiar. Journal question. When you are doing your monthly budget, why do you think it's important to have giving placed at the very top? Section 3. Give your time and talents. Giving is one of the most important and rewarding parts of your financial journey. Since you're going to make sure that you stay completely debt-free, you will have that much more money to spend, invest, and give. Just remember that money given produces more joy than it could ever buy. As you're working toward your financial goals, like saving your $500 emergency fund, money to give may seem hard to come by. That's when you can find creative ways to give. You can give your time, your talents, your knowledge, or your services to help other people. Our culture is so me-focused. A powerful thing happens when we serve others. We stop focusing on ourselves. We stop being consumed by our own struggles, our looks, and the things we want. When we give to others, we're saying, right now the needs of this person matter more. That's why giving more than money, giving of yourself, is so important. Andy Stanley says, giving up something now for something better later is not a sacrifice, it's an investment. Each person you give to produces a new story and a new thrill. It's a feeling that never grows dull. Having fun with money is good, but you'll tire of movies and clothes. In a way, giving is a lot like compound interest. You put some in, but you get much more out of it. Try it sometime. When you're in line at a coffee shop, Offer to pay for the coffee of the person behind you and see how it feels. That feeling and the feeling of the person your generosity impacted is much more valuable than $5. Here are some practical ways you can volunteer in your community. This is just a start. Be creative. Consider your personal talents and skills. With every season, you can clean out your clothes and donate them. You can offer to peer tutor or tutor a younger child. Offer to be a mentor in an underprivileged community. Volunteer at the Special Olympics or at the local animal shelter. Adopt a senior citizen as a friend. Rake leaves or shovel snow. Teach Sunday school. Participate in a 5K for your favorite charity. Befriend new students at school. Write a letter to someone overseas. Write a thank you letter to a teacher that's had a positive impact on you. Do extra chores without being asked and without expecting additional compensation. Help a younger brother or sister with homework. Journal question. List some areas of need in your school or community, like youth programs, homeless shelter, humane society, recycling, roadside cleanup, nursing home, etc. Let's take a look at some discussion questions. Number 1, look at the list of ways you can give now. Select 3 items from the list that you feel you could do for someone in the near future. 2, explain how the topic of giving is related to the topic of personal finance. And 3, what are some character traits for which you would like to be remembered? Section 4, define your legacy. Why are we talking so much about giving? Wasn't this course supposed to be about personal finance? How is giving even connected? The act of giving, putting yourself out there for the sake of another person, building relationships, and sacrificing your time and energy, creates a legacy. It gives meaning to the journey of your life. You can be remembered for any number of things: athletic ability or anger, musical gifts or attitude, sense of humor or selfishness, kindness or generosity. What you can do today, yes, even in high school, is ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? You can make a lot of money and be wildly successful. You can go after your dreams and accomplish every one of them. But so what? If you're giving of yourself, you're building a legacy to be proud of. After all, your legacy is the impact you have on the world, and it shows the world what really matters to you. Discussion questions. Number 1, why does it mean to have a legacy? Number 2, why is it important to start giving to others while you're young? To wrap it up, here are the summaries of the 5 foundations. The first foundation, save a $500 emergency fund. The second, get out of debt. The third, pay cash for your car. The fourth, pay cash for college. And the fifth, build wealth and give. I hope you've enjoyed this course. Thanks for participating in personal finance literacy.